guys, it's Tiny Tay and I'm back today to tell you about why I moved out of my roommate's room. Why I left my double dorm and moved into a single. Well, to begin with, her and I didn't, we talked maybe once to 3 times before move-in day. So that was probably the first mistake. And she wasn't very good at conversation, and I'm not very good at texting back, to be completely honest. So, yeah, I didn't know much about her except for her name, the sports she played, those kind of basic things. So on move-in day, we moved our shit in. And to be fair, you guys saw the video, the dorm haul video. I did have a lot of things. And her favorite line to say was, "I saw her stuff before I saw her." So, yeah. But I had all of my stuff fit onto my side. There was nothing extra or anything like that. So, let's just get that clear. Basically, fast forward, I wasn't really in the room that much. I didn't really have a connection with her. She kind of was starting a little bit of drama, and I was, leaning away from that. So I wasn't in the room that much. I kind of just wanted to be, out and away from her. But then, 2 weeks ago, I was basically I have to stop running away from my room. I'm paying for this room too. I'm not paying to stay in my friend's rooms all night and all weekend. So, this whole first 3 weeks together, she was sleeping with the fan on. And the window was open for most of the day. Okay, so we moved in August. It was nicer outside. 80s, 70s, whatever, that's fine. As it started to get colder out, she was continuing to keep this fan on and the window open. So I'm like, what's going on here? Basically, after probably a week or so of that, I had an asthma attack and I couldn't even sleep in my own room because she had the window open and the fan on. So I literally went and slept on my friend's couch for the weekend so that I could recoup. So after that, I confronted her. I was just like, okay, we need to either come to something with this, turn off the fan, turn off the window, or close the window. Honestly, I need both closed. With my asthma, how severe it is, I needed both my things closed. I needed both those things closed in order to continue to be healthy. And so I confronted it first about it. I first confronted her about it through a text message. And basically, after talking about it for 10 minutes, she didn't respond. And so then when we got to the room, she brought it up and she's like, "What was that you were talking about today?" What? That wasn't just something I was talking about. That was my health. That was me telling you about my health. So then I'm like, "Sis, you didn't even respond, so there wasn't much to talk about." And then she's like, "You didn't respond." And then she shows me her fucking Android that has fucking, all these messages out of order, and it sent my one paragraph in, 18 different messages, and I'm just like, I sent the text, you could have responded. She's like, "But these were all out of order." Okay, so, figure it out. I don't know. I didn't think it was that hard to do. Basically, we go on to have a conversation about it, and she's like, "Do you even have a doctor's note?" Do I have a doctor's note for severe asthma? Yes, I walk around with 3 inhalers, I have an asthma plan, do I have a doctor's note? First of all, who are you to ask me for a doctor's note? But second of all, why the fuck would I lie about severe asthma? And then she's like, "It just seems like you bought this out of nowhere." Out of nowhere? My asthma attack came out of nowhere. How about that? I was like, I know this bitch is not. So, then I'm just like, and then she goes on to say, "Well, I need the fan on. It's so hot in here." It's 60 degrees outside. It's not hot, and it's only getting colder. I just moved out of there this past weekend, and it's 40 degrees outside right now, and it's been fucking raining for the last week. I'm sorry, but it's not hot in here. It's not. And basically after that, I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to talk to our RA about it, and basically have to find new living arrangements because I'm not gonna be able to live under the circumstances of someone sleeping with the fan on and the window open. And I even just asked her not to isolate her fan onto my side, and she took that as like, she took offense to that. She took offense to me asking her not to isolate her fan onto me because I'm cold. I already can't breathe because the window's open, but I don't want to be fucking cold and gasping for air. Like, how is that's out of respect? Don't put your fan on me. Like, keep your fan pointed towards you. If you don't want it on you all the time, turn it off. I don't know what to tell you. So she took that like as I was disrespecting her, and I'm like, okay. So after I talked to the CA about it, she's like, okay, well, you guys have to have a sit down talk together. And I'm like, okay, well, we just did. And she's like, I want to be a part of it. So then we let her be a part of it or whatever, and basically we told her that I was going to have to find different living arrangements. And she was just like, okay. So then I kind of got the process started on that. Fast forward to 2 weeks after that, so now we're in week 5. This last week that just passed, we're to week 5 now. My ex-roommate and I have had 3 fights this week. The first one, honestly, the first one was about me not sleeping with my TV on, which I have not been in the room for 4 weeks. I literally just wanted to watch my show one night, and it was Star, guys, before season 3. I wanted to binge before season 3 started, okay? And so she gets in a tizzy about it. She's like, can't you just watch it on your computer? And I was like, this app is specific to Amazon Fire Stick. I don't know what you want me to do. And then she's like, yelling and shit, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm not turning it off. I'm not done watching my TV yet. And then she's like, okay, well, I'll just go get an RA. And she almost fucking fell off the bed. I was like, that's what you get. That's what you get. Anyway, she goes and gets the RA. And the RA is like, talking to us about it. Can you turn off your TV? Da, da, da. I don't want to turn off my TV. We wasted 45 minutes of our live talking about me not turning off the TV. And basically the conclusion of it was just that my roommate was going to sleep with the TV on. And I was going to keep my TV on and watch my show until I was ready to turn it off. Honestly, I probably would have turned it off like later within the night if she wouldn't have got so rude about it. But since she wanted to be rude, well, now I'm going to watch the TV all night. I did that at home. I've already compromised enough here. I've compromised my health. I've compromised my mental well-being. I've compromised my emotional well-being because I hated being in that room. I hated being around her. So there's that. And basically, she slept with the TV on. The next fight we had was about, I don't even know. Honestly, it was so dumb and all just a waste of time. But I'm pretty sure the next fight was about probably the TV again or something like that. Really? I can't remember. Anyways, I remember the last fight because this is vivid, right? So that night, I was in the process of moving my stuff out. That was like when I got my notice that day, and I literally started moving my stuff out that day. But I planned on sleeping in my room because I wasn't going to sleep at the place where I now live because it's on the other side of campus, as well as I did not have anything put together. I didn't have my bed lofted. I didn't have sheets over here. I didn't have anything here. Like, I didn't even know the coach used the bathroom here. So I planned on already sleeping at the home where I lived at. And around 10 o'clock that night, I had probably been in there since like 7 or 8. Around 10 o'clock that night, my roommate goes, do you need help? She didn't say with moving, like, she didn't specify, she just said, do you need help? But this past week, she had been saying, when are you moving out? When are you moving out? Every time I do something she didn't like. So I already knew she meant was, do I need help moving my shit? Because she didn't want me to stay there. I said, no, I don't need help. And I continued to mind my business. So fast forward 12 o'clock, her friend comes over. And earlier that day, my ex-roommate had unplugged my phone out of spite, and I was like, okay, so I unplugged her power strip because now I had no place to charge my phone, and the outlet was under my bed, so technically both of those outlets were mine, so to speak. So I unplugged her power strip that had her things plugged into it because I needed a place to charge my phone, and since it was under my bed, it was mine. And so after her friend comes over, she discovers that her power strip is unplugged. And she tells her friend to go under my bed to move my couch and check and see if the power strip's plugged in. That was your first mistake. Don't touch nothing you didn't pay for. That's that. You don't even live here. You don't live in this. You don't even live on campus. Her friend doesn't even live on campus. And she told her friend, because she knew if she would have did it, I would have had a fit. Either way, I was having a fit anyways. But she literally told her friend to touch my shit to see if the couch was plugged in. So I was on top of my lofted bed. So I looked down like, don't. I literally told her, I was like, don't touch something you didn't pay for. Don't touch my couch. Get from under my bed. And she's like, you need to chill out. And I was like, you need to chill out. Don't touch my shit. Don't touch shit you didn't pay for. You don't even live in this room. Get out, in fact. At this point, you're being an intruder. You're invasive, and I'm not here for it. So after that, her friend continues to get loud with me. So I get loud back. If you want to argue, we can argue all day. I have nothing but time, truly. So towards the end of the argument, she's like, come down. So I got off my bed. Baby, it's nothing. So I got off my bed, and then she just wanted to argue some more. Why did I get down? We could have did that up there. Like, I'm not about to be arguing with you. You wanted to fight, so now what? Now I'm down here, and you're stepping back. Don't back up now. You had all that time. Like, you had all that time to think about what you wanted to do. So at that point, an RA had came in, and she's like, you're yelling. You don't stop fighting. And I'm like, get this bitch. Get her. Get her before I get her. Basically. And then the RA was like, well, if you guys can't settle it, I'm going to have to call a hall director. Ring him up, please. So they call him. He get there, and he's just talking about, I want to go back to my bed. Okay, well, you think I don't want to be in my bed too? Like, you think I don't want to be sleeping right now too? But instead I'm arguing with this girl and her friends. Like, so we're talking and everything, and basically he just doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to do his job, and we come to a compromise, and basically we go back into our room, and my TV was on this whole time, right? So we go back into our room. The compromise we made was to plug back in her power strip and to go to bed. So I said, when are the lights going to be off, since we already compromised on coming back in here, plugging in your strip, and going to bed? And she's like, when's the TV going to be off? And I'm like, girl, never. Leave them fucking lights on all week. I don't care. I don't pay electricity here. I don't care. I'm leaving soon. Leave them lights on till Jesus comes back. Please. So then the guy comes back again. He's like, the TV needs to be off. And I was like, no, the TV's not going off. Like, he was really rude, and I was not happy with that at all. So at this point, I'm like, you don't even live here either. Go home. So now he's threatening us with safe housing and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, take us both to safe housing. I'm ready to pack up. That's the only way the TV's turning off. And then basically he backtracks. He doesn't want to take us to safe housing now. No, if you're going to threaten me, let's go. Pull through with your threat. I need you to have that same energy that you had when you said the threat. What, you thought I wasn't going to take you up on your option? No, I am. Let's both go to safe housing. So he didn't want to take us to safe housing, so I'm like, why did you even offer? So anyways, I was like, no, I'm not turning off my TV. And he continues to suggest to turn off my TV. And I'm like, no, I pay for this TV. I pay for this dorm room. I pay for everything on my side of the room. I don't have to turn off anything. And he's like, you're living with someone else now. And I'm like, and so is she. She didn't compromise with her fans. She didn't compromise with her friends coming in. She didn't compromise with anything else. I'm no longer compromising. We're both about to be uncomfortable. And that's that. And he's like, okay, well, if she turns off the fan, are you going to turn off the TV? I already had the asthma attack. Turning off the fan now is not going to do nothing for me. I already can't breathe. So I don't know what you think that all of a sudden my asthma is going to be gone. No, I'm not turning off the TV. So then we're still continuing talking, and at this point he starts cutting me off. So I'm like, I'm no longer interested in negotiating. I want to go to bed. And I turned around, and he's still talking, and I'm just not listening. Like, I'm not interested in being a part of this anymore. And basically the compromise that they came to that night was that she was leaving. She left to go to safe housing, and that's fine. Anyways, that next day, I moved my things out so quickly. But let me tell you, I was told that I would be able to receive help moving my things, and I didn't even need help moving anything that was like too difficult, too hard. Like the only thing I needed help with was taking apart my loft. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it by myself. So I'm calling the day of, like, I was told that I could get help taking down my loft, and they're like, no one can help you. That's your family responsibility. My family's 6 hours away, and I was told that I could get help. So now what? Now what are you guys gonna do? What am I gonna do? I only have 3 days to get out of this room. It's already a very hostile environment, and now no one can help me move my things after that's what I was told would be done for me. And I don't even need help moving it. I'm telling you guys, the majority of everything was moved. I literally had like my refrigerator and my loft. Like, that was it. So now what? Basically I call like the disabilities office, and those are the kind of people at that office. They like help you with like any medical conditions, any learning disabilities, anything like that. So I'm like, I was told that I could receive help moving, and now no one is able to help me. The lady in the receptionist office goes, I'm 60 years old. I can't help you. My son's in college too. Did I ask about your son? Did I ask how old you are? I asked you to connect me with someone who can help me. That's what I asked. So at this point, I'm fed up. I understand you're 60. I understand your son's in college. But here I am, in college, also needing help. This is what you do in your office. You provide help for people who need it. I need it. I have asthma, and you guys want me to push all of this onto a literal flatbed the size of this table. They wanted me to put everything in my room, the flatbed, on the size of this table. And I did. I did that all by myself until I was literally pushing my refrigerator, and I made it halfway across, and I couldn't breathe. I literally called the public safety on the corner, like, come get me. I need to go get my inhaler from my house, which I wasn't even moved into yet. I'm like, I'm moving from this dorm to the next dorm. I don't have my inhaler on me. I'm in the process of transitioning. Like, I need someone to take me to my new dorm so that I can get my inhaler. I need someone to bring this back to my dorm because I can no longer push it. So as soon as I was pushing the cart, right? And as soon as I get to a stop in between the crosswalk, my refrigerator fell off of the flatbed. It's dinged now. It's dinged. It has a big ding in it, and it's scratched up now because I dropped it off the cart. Mostly because there was no one to help me, but even without the help, I still did it all on my own. And my parents ended up coming down the next day to help me with my loft because there was no one else that could help me with my loft, even though I was told that I would receive help moving my room. So me, an 100-pound asthmatic, pushed everything inside of this room from one side of campus to the other by myself with no help, and I almost literally passed out on the corner. And now my refrigerator is dinged because of that. So I was not very happy at that point in my life. Luckily, the public safety officer was very nice and went to go get my stuff off the corner where I left it to be rushed back to my room because I literally could not breathe. So I appreciate him. If you see this, come get some candy from my room. I got snacks. But basically, my whole moving out experience was trash. My whole roommate experience was trash. I will probably not get a roommate next year, and my junior year, I plan on having an apartment or living not on campus because, honestly, I don't want to live with anyone else. I thought that I could do it, but honestly, it was a horror living with her. So, some things I appreciate now that I've moved into my own room. I appreciate getting dressed with the lights on because my roommate got dressed in the dark, and I'm not sure if that was out of courtesy for me, which I highly doubt, or just because she didn't care. So now I definitely appreciate getting dressed in the light more. I appreciate being able to watch my TV whenever I want. I appreciate being able to come in and go whenever I want. And I also appreciate not having someone who goes to sleep at 10:30 every night living with me. I am just completely over the roommate situation. There was a time where I was talking to her about my asthma, and she literally said, "Oh well." And there was just points where there was just blatant disrespect, and I was not going for that. She would say stuff like, "Thanks, genius." But when I pop up, it hurts. I fear for my safety. Girl, you fear for your safety? Your friend just tried to fight me. Please, tell me more about how you're bringing in someone who just tried to fight me. Like, I was honestly over the whole thing, and I'm really happy that I moved out. It's only been a week, and I'm already much happier and much more peaceful for sure. If you know that you can't live with someone else, honestly, just go right ahead and get the single to begin with, because it's not worth even dealing with anyone and their issues and their disrespect. I went through it for 5 weeks, and let me tell you, it was worth it moving out. If I had to push it all by myself again, I would. If if I had the option of go back home or live with that person again, back home to Wisconsin, I can't. I really thought that I would be able to push through living with this person, but I really couldn't. Like, I just really couldn't. And that's pretty much story time on how my roommate tried to kill me. She continuously left the window open and the fan on, knowing I had asthma. I was wheezing constantly. She tried to say that the little things that I did bothered her. She also tried to say that me taking up the closet space affected her when she didn't have enough clothes to even fill up the closet space that she had. So I'm just, like, not sure how that worked out. But now she has all the closet space and an empty bed to herself, and I really hope she's enjoying it, because she made my life a living hell for the last 5 weeks. I hope that karma gets her real good, because she deserves it. And that's just all I have to say left on it. Karma always comes back around. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. If you guys want me to tell some stories about some other things, also comment that below. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Well, then I'm probably just gonna have to make different arrangements, because I'm not gonna be able to do either.
Well, oh well. Okay. Is that what you're gonna
Maybe I'm not gonna be here on the weekend.
And that's literally not my problem. That is the epitome of not my problem.
Okay, and it's not my problem either. I want to watch my TV show.
I live here. This would be so nice.
Okay, so go get her, please. Okay.